Hello and welcome to another episode of Me Developing Me with Nokuthula. So this is me accepting me. So I had a question from an individual there. This person would actually like to change careers. So they'd like to move from a finance sector to a marketing department in the long term. So there are a number of things that one can do to facilitate a move in their career. So to start off with, I'll do a video in the future on informational interviews. But the first thing that I would recommend is that actually conduct informational interviews. And in conducting those informational interviews, speak to those people who are in those teams and establish what are those skills that are more transferable. You know, the truth is, I believe we all have experience. It's just how we actually demonstrate and show the other person that, guess what, I do have these skills. I'm able to do X, Y, Z. So the first part would be I'd recommend determine what those skills are through an informational interviews. And also within the informational interviews, I'd also then say determine what bridge qualifications can you do, or what bridge certifications can you do that would allow you to gain a foothold into that industry. So and then beyond that, also I'm a big believer in then also just putting yourself out there. Seek for those opportunities. Ask, where you can be involved in certain smaller projects. And also, depending on the organization that you're in, a number of organizations have rotation policies, basically, in terms of if you are performing ideally, you may be allowed to actually apply to not rotation policy, but maybe yes, actually job rotation, to actually possibly for about a period of 3 to 6 months working another role. So I'd say ask your HR or your human capital team if is there such, or or can you have a job assignment where you can assist in a specific team for a particular period for a specific project. So that's another thing to consider. And then also post those informational interviews. Last video I'd spoken about the importance of building relationships. So continue to build those relationships, even if you do not see success at first. Ask for opportunities, even if it's outside your organization, where you can start acquiring some of those. Get a feel for that industry. And lastly. Right, let's try that again. Lastly, I would say engage your respective line manager if you have a good relationship. That actually these are my future aspirations. And then also in this process, I'd say start considering what would you be willing to give up to gain entry in this industry. And I don't mean you necessarily would always have to start at an extremely junior role, but there probably would have to be a compromise while you bridge the skills gap. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you next video.